So, you're thinking about doing your first Colorado 14er this summer? Why not do 4 14ers for the time and effort it takes to do just one? Hi guys, I'm Audrey. I'm known as Glow Stick. In 2018, I quit my job in Washington, D.C., hiked the Appalachian Trail from Georgia to Maine, and then moved out to beautiful Boulder, Colorado. Now I'm your hiking BFF. If you're unfamiliar with 14ers, 14ers are mountain peaks that are up above 14,000 feet above sea level. So in the United States, we have 96 of these peaks. 58 of them are in Colorado. And you'll often hear Coloradans talk about going to hike them in the summertime because while you can do them in the winter, you need more technical training. Some you even need technical training to do in the summer. But it's a common pastime of people who live in Colorado to go climb these peaks in the summertime, especially during the peak season of July and August. If the weather holds out, you can do them in September and October easily as well. I've done several Colorado 14ers, but I have a whole lot more to go. But the easiest one that I've done so far was actually 4 14ers in one loop hike. And so that's what I'm recommending to you today. If you want to try your first 14er, this loop that I'm going to talk about is a really great one for you to try because it's fairly easy compared to other 14ers, although no 14ers are truly easy in my opinion because it's much harder to breathe at higher elevation. The views are spectacular for the amount of work that you have to do. The elevation gain is not crazy. You have a good chance of seeing a mountain goat or other mountain creatures. The wildflowers in the summer are amazing. And it's just a really nice experience where you're kind of going from peak to peak to peak along with the other people who are doing the hike because it's a fairly social, fairly busy hike. And it's just a really nice experience overall. Anyway, without further ado, this hike is called the DeCaLiBron Loop, and that stands for Democrat, Cameron, Lincoln, and Bross. Let me tell you a little bit about it while I show you some pics. If you haven't done a 14er before, something important to know is that you really need to be off the mountain by early afternoon because Colorado has afternoon thunderstorms that often roll in the summertime. And it's dangerous to be up above tree level, which is at about 12,000 feet, if a thunderstorm rolls in. So most people that do 14ers start them really early in the morning, and I would recommend that you do the same. Another thing to note is that some people get altitude sickness at high elevations. Most of the time this is benign, you might get a headache or feel nauseous, but some people get really severe reactions which can be life-threatening. So make sure you look that stuff up before you go do a 14er. Back to the DeCaLiBron Loop. So the DeCaLiBron Loop is about 7.5 miles long total with about 3,000 feet of elevation gain. 3,000 feet of elevation gain, of course, is nothing to balk at, but it is a lot more mild than a lot of the other 14ers, which have maybe double that or even more. You can take this loop going clockwise, starting at Mount Democrat, or counterclockwise, starting at Mount Bross. The more popular route is to go to Mount Democrat first, but I would actually recommend you go the other way and start at Mount Bross. The reason for this is that the climb up Bross is pretty steep and there's a lot of loose rock, and I think that it would be difficult and easy to fall if you were going downward, going the other way, going clockwise. And by the way, this trail starts at the Kite Lake parking area near Alma, Colorado, and you can actually camp right there for a small fee. So if you don't want to get up super early in the morning to drive up there, you can just camp there the night before. Another safety precaution I should note is that if you do a 14er in some season besides high peak when pretty much all of the snow is gone, you also have to worry about avalanches. So unless you have avalanche training, again, I would really recommend that you only try the high peaks in the peak summer months. I have a post on my website with all of this information to help you plan your hike, so I'll put that in the comments below. So that's the DeCaLiBron Loop. Highly recommend. If you give it a try, let me know. I'd love to hear what you think. Or if you have a different favorite 14er that you think would be a great first 14er for beginners, let me know. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more hiking, backpacking, and Appalachian Trail content, and thanks for listening. I'll see you guys later.